wild idea. Anybody want to take a nap?
Yeah. Let's take a short rest.
A long ass day.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It's been a while since we've been shopping. It's been a while since we went back to the farm and recouped.
Didn't we say we took a rest because?
Not this day, no.
Maybe I just didn't use anything then.
No, we haven't used anything. But we've got 2 days until Fiona gets hers. And Sierra's gonna need time. Safina's gonna need time to make potions. So we can't really Would it be she's working on it for 2 days straight?
No, she set it to brew. The way that
Okay.
things work when you're brewing them is that you'll have everything compiled together, and it will take a certain amount of time for that to just sit and do that.
In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, when Hermione made a polyjuice potion, she had to tend to it every day and then had things every day. But okay, it's fine.
I apparently used all of my level 2 spells and one of my level 1 spells, so I would like a nap.
I'll take a nap.
Take
So-
a nap.
You go ahead and you take a short rest. Can someone remind me what it is? A short rest brings back your hit points.
You would need a long rest to get your spell slots back.
Oh, that's right. You can.
That's right.
After a short rest, I think you can use your
Short
hit
rest,
points.
you can roll to get hit points back.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to just have finish up the day and then take a long
What time
rest?
is it?
It's mid-late afternoon.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll just wander around without any spells. I have 3 1-level
I mean,
spells.
at this point, we can just kill the rest of the day because there's nothing else we have to get done today.
Shopping
We've
episode.
already ruined the government and the commerce.
What were our next plan of action?
Yeah.
Our next steps that we were
Right,
plotting out.
so
It's been
we'll
so
just
long.
say that y'all go up to your rooms to discuss your next, where you want to go.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Star swipe to your rooms. You are now, please in character, discuss what it is that you'd like to do.
Wait, we're still on the same day.
Yeah, still on the same day.
Pause for chewing.
Oh, see though, did we have? I thought we had something we were gonna an action, some items that we wanted to do next session. I could be wrong.
You ain't got
I
the
have-
notes.
I know.
have no notes
It's okay.
from the beginning of the time with Anders on.
Yeah, I hope nothing
Oh, that's
important happened
right.
last session because Mackenzie fell asleep.
Oh,
was
that's
I
right.
was-
Sierra was
Ow.
trying to take notes.
Oh, no. Do you have what we have?
So I don't know, but
Who's
I have.
I didn't.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have some objectives written down that we were just talking about and discussing last time.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to figure out what's going on in the Mint, which I don't think we've
We did.
gone. Did we go to the
Oh,
Mint?
not the mint.
Yeah, we haven't
Trade
gone to
house.
the Mint.
Well, the Mint and the Merchants
Yeah,
Guild are
they're the same.
kind of, they're connected. The Mint and Merchants Guild are connected. It's the moneylender that's separate.
Gotcha. Figure out who Fargrim is. I don't remember where that name is from, but we had that as something that we were talking about. Follow up on Orsic and whether or not he could be a possibility, which we did. We found out that he's super dead. Follow up with the moneylender, which we didn't do. Right?
Was
We
that
haven't done
Amber?
anything? No, Anders was still Merchant Guild.
Yeah. He's the one who had the route book.
So we didn't follow up with the moneylender.
Mm-hmm.
Or Fargrim.
You've never really gone into the moneylender before.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That sounds like something we should probably
Making friends.
So I
Everywhere
think
go.
we should hit up the bouncy board.
I thought you said the bouncy board.
We should have the bouncy board and just bounce on the board for a little bit. At some point. I think we should go make some money.
I think that would be wise. I think we could all let off some steam.
I've
And
got
then
3
go to
spells
the
left.
what we just
Moneylender?
yes, moneylender, thank you.
I do not know. My question in all of this, I guess, is what do we want to achieve at the moneylenders? Because we can go and we can just investigate, and that can be our objectives. That's perfectly fine. But I do not know. I am a little lost on what our next steps are. I almost want to ask the Lord Commander and see what he wants of us. Because at this point I think he is our employer and I don't know what to do to be in his employ. So it might be worth it to have him remind us what he wants us to do at this point.
Are we not seeking agents of Mogul?
I think that is a good objective to have, but we have to be careful not to accidentally start a witch hunt. I think that is a possibility that frightens the Lord Commander.
I mean, so far we haven't had to do too much prodding. They usually just light themselves on fire.
That is true.
Which, that's not too helpful either, because we don't get any information.
We don't.
But sometimes we stop them from jumping out of windows, so it's fine.
Yes.
We can continue to hunt agents, but I think going to the source is going to be our next step. Now that we know how the coin can be destroyed, now that we know how the gems can be destroyed, we can share that information with others so they can keep themselves safe. But we were tasked with finding the source.
I agree, but I think we need information as to where that source is, and I think that's why we were going after the agents, to try and get info.
We also know that at some point Mogul was at the moneylender because he
Right.
spoke to me in the form of Skamos. I have directly interacted with him without knowing it.
Do
So
we know what happened to Skamos?
we have not followed that.
He just left. Okay.
He gone.
That should have been honestly one of the first places that we went, but I think we all know that he probably will not be there when we get there.
Right.
Especially since what's her name's in prison.
Well,
Yes.
I think we can speak to the Lord Commander and see what he would ask of us.
I thought the Great Lady in the Sky said that they were busy.
They're in a meeting.
Sarah.
now.
Sarah.
Oh,
The Great
I was
Lady
like,
in the Sky. You know, like
Well,
Monty Python, where
once
God's
they-
just like the sun.
once they get out of the meeting, I mean, in general, I agree with Angrod that we should speak to him and see what he would like of us.
The music says we should go get turned.
While understanding that our objective is to find Mogul and to continue to pursue that.
I wouldn't say no to a bar fight right now.
She just wants to see the pretty lady again.
In
Whatever.
the meantime, do you want to pursue the moneylender today or rest and do it tomorrow?
I mean, we've already found 2 people that want to set themselves on fire. Like, I doubt the third one will. Right?
It will no longer be a coincidence, that will be a pattern.
Ooh, I love
Statistics.
patterns. Math. Yeah, let's go look at the money lender, and then we can make some money at the bounty board.
Alright. I like this plan. Sounds like I get to punch at least one person today.
Yeehaw, as they say in Berlin.
So are these basically just highlighters?
Alright, so Star Swipe, you're now standing in front appreciate that. You're now standing in front of the moneylender. Business is definitely winding down for the day. You can see a few people inside counting through coin, going through a few ledgers. Do you investigate the outside? Do you head in? What are you... You're standing out front of the moneylender.
Okay, idea. 2 people go in the front, talk to the person, and when they get scared, 2 people are waiting in the back window to catch him when he tries to leave the building. We learned this last time. Same plan. We can use it here as well.
But what happens if he doesn't want to leave? What if he's just chill?
We can make sure we have our exits covered. I think the first 2 people go in, and instead of playing the disguising and the camouflaging and the weird accents and the dumb names, you walk in and you say, "I'm looking for Mogul," and then when he freaks out, we'll catch him out the back window.
I'm not
It
I
worked
mean,
last time.
it's a quick way to do things.
Alright, me and Remember will be waiting in the back.
Okay.
Broom Squad! We're the Broom Squad! Yay!
The cleric and the fighter.
Good.
Walk to the exit.
I always wanted to be Andre the Giant.
Here.
LOL.
Let's
Oh,
just
does
have
that
this
make us
just in
be
case.
Indigo Montoya?
Hang
Hell
on
yeah.
2 seconds, I'm gonna find
You
out
are.
if I gave him a fake name.
Good.
Daniel's Wesley.
You're
Good.
just giving fake names all around this town.
I gotta figure out if I gave him a fake name or not, because I
We haven't
will-
been to the Moneylender yet.
Yeah, we haven't been to Moneyland.
I did.
Oh.
You didn't go inside.
I thought I did. I thought that was where I met him.
No, you met him outside
Your
Money
go-to
Lender.
name is Giselle.
Giselle de Rochefort.
Actually, yeah, she's not wrong. I have written down here, Angerod, Giselle.
Hello.
Very good.
Nicole DeLong.
Okay, well, I'll answer to either. So,
Giselle? Nicole? Yes.
yeah.
Giselle Nicole.
Which one is it?
Yes.
Wouldn't you like to know, darling?
Yes.
Good.
I said that to
We
George.
should play. We should play
He goes, yes.
eventually a session where we all swap characters.
Oh gosh.
That would be so fun.
Full reverse. It's like that anime episode where everybody switches frames, but they have the different bodies.
That would be hilarious.
That would be so funny.
Beach day.
Beach episode.
Body swap.
Alright, so you guys go ahead and who heads in? Temsin and Angerod?
Yeah.
Temsin and Angerod head inside. Remember, and Safine, you
The
head
monk
around
with
the
no
back.
charisma.
You head around the back. There's not like trees or anything here. It's not like this is like a super covered area. Like this is the heart of the city. They've kind of cleared stuff out to make way for buildings and stuff. But you do see a guy out back,
Oh no.
probably on a smoke break, and he like stubs it out and then flicks it away.
Excuse me, this world has cigarettes?
Cigarettes have been around for a really long time.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm really excited I have to rethink everything now. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for your lungs.
Excuse me, sirs.
But fantasy lungs are impervious.
They are. I just think about remember sitting in a bar with like one of those long cigarettes and a cigarette holder. How hilarious would that look?
I was gonna say a cigar, but
With a
Honest. A pipe, maybe?
I feel like a cigar. I feel like
yeah,
a pipe's
cigar
too
makes the most
much.
sense. It's too old manish for
oh
her.
my god. This changes everything.
She like refuses to smoke because it's bad for her lungs. Except for when she gets real sad.
Oh no!
Here, we'll just go ahead and put this in the middle, because what's the use of having minis if we don't use them?
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yay, map.
Okay.
I'm map. I'm map.
So, let me get my little...
Stand on the job. I don't know.
Alright, so...
Look how much bigger everybody's characters are than Temsin.
Can you put me on the back?
That's good. I need
Here's
to
your
get.
little
that's the
buddy
front.
that's smoking.
Oh.
And then
I'm just putting them on there for now.
I need to get a cork for remember, so I can put her up on top of the cork. So she's 1,000 times taller than everybody else.
We're not threatening at all.
you have a counter here,
We look really chill.
and you've got little room over here.
This is like a force field. You gotta learn how to make a force field.
Alright.
When I get new spells.
That's
Right.
real cute, actually. That's very exciting. Okay.
Okay.
So, you go ahead and you head inside, and a human gentleman looks up from the stack of coins that are in front of him, and he waves and tips his hat, and he has just a loose blouse on, button-up vest over it, and he has a small silver watch sitting on the counter that he glances at and tucks in his pocket. And, good evening. May I help you?
Is he glowing?
No.
Is he what?
Glowing.
Oh, sorry.
Is the dude out back glowing?
You wouldn't be able to tell.
No, for my stuff.
Oh, for your stuff, yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't murk him.
My stuff.
What about my special power?
Good evening, monsieur. We have a few questions. Someone referred us here, and they mentioned that I should ask for someone named Skamos. Is he?
Skamos. No, can't say that I've ever heard the name.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Hi, I just want everybody to think I'm never gonna be able to get over this. Can you think about Lord of the Rings, but if they were smoking the entire time?
They were.
They just
Yeah,
said
like,
they're-
hi!
Can I
canonically.
assist?
Not like a rolled cigarette. There's such a huge difference between pipes and like a rolled cigarette.
Can I
Can
do
you
an
imagine
insight check as
Aragorn
well?
with a freaking
Yeah,
Cool.
A pack of marbles standing on the
All
wall.
right,
of
don't do me wrong, Mr. Metal.
The
Oh,
girls
we're
would
both
go
wrong.
wild.
Yeah, I'm doing an insight check as well.
He just rolls up a cigarette on the side.
I just realized my insight's +5.
Oh no.
Well, that didn't do too much because I got a 10.
Y'all, hey, y'all.
Yeah, no, he seems to be
You're
pretty
fine.
straightforward. And what did you get? You got a 1?
Oh gosh, we're screwed.
You know what? He's just really charming. You don't know what it is about him, but gosh, wow, look at that guy.
Ooh la la.
And so
Ooh la la.
he kind of glances over the
Oh,
money
so
that's
dear.
currently on the counter, and then you can see he does like some kind of mental count and just sweeps it off and into a little bag and tucks it underneath. And were you looking for an employee, or were you looking for a loan? That's mostly what we do here, but you don't seem to be needing much of that.
I apologize. I seem to have some misinformation. I was under the impression that Scamos worked here.
No, believe it or not, we don't have many employees. Most of them I grab over from the Merchants Guild when they tire of it, but no, we don't have too many people that work here. I'm fairly close with all of them, and none by the name of Scamos, you said? Very sorry, miss. What was your name? If someone comes in, I can let them know you were looking for them.
Giselle de Rochefort.
Lovely to meet you, miss. And what did they look like?
I believe he was a tiefling man. He was purple skinned, from what I remember. A charming individual, though interesting.
No. Can't say that I even have any tiefling men on the payroll right now, but I will be sure to put the word out that you're looking for them.
One other name, I believe I might have the wrong place now that you do not know Scamos, but do you perhaps know where I could find Mogo?
Are you one of those religious types?
No, I just heard the name in passing, connected to my business that I do. I am a merchant.
Yes, I've heard it in passing, but it seems to be some sort of thing people are worshipping these days.
Interesting. I'm morbidly curious, I must admit. I am not a religious type in that sense. But it is so interesting how these things come and go.
Yeah, that it is. Thankfully, nothing like that in a Tayseth. I mean, I wouldn't know what I'd do if they were worshipping any little thing that moved.
Quite right. Then I don't believe I have the right location. I apologize. But since we are already here, could you tell me a little bit about your business?
It's fairly straightforward. People come to me and they need money, and I loan it out to them. They put things down as collateral. Sometimes it's equipment, sometimes it's homes, sometimes it's merely their word, but I don't take that very often.
While they're talking, can I roll a perception check
Yeah.
just so I see what's around in the
Yeah, absolutely.
building?
You seem to have a very strong reaction to Mogul. Do you not like his following? Or?
What'd you do, bud?
6.
A 6.
I'm
Most
putting
things.
the metal dice away.
Unfortunately, most things in here are actually a little too high for you. It doesn't seem like the place
Sir,
was
when do
built.
I file a complaint about accessibility? This place is not accessibility friendly.
I've got a form for you if you'd like.
That was not in character voice.
Not up to the ocean.
It's
Oh, gosh.
less that I react strongly and more that I think that gods and all that is a bit ridiculous these days. A man makes his own way in life. I don't need to pray to someone to fix that.
A Scientologist.
That is an interesting point of view. I don't believe I've heard very many people take such points.
You haven't spoken to many people in a Tayseth about what they believe then, have you?
No, I'm a recent transplant.
That's fair.
Well, if you'll notice, there's really no place of worship here. Everyone sort of does what they want and they do their own thing.
That is very interesting. If there is no place of worship, then how do you know that these people are worshipping Mogul?
Because people keep trying to come in here and ask me about it.
Doom doom.
Really? Like who?
Just merchants in passing, saying that it's giving them the boost that their business needs. But clearly, I'm doing very well for myself. I don't need to pray to someone I can't see about it. One of the other people.
Check.
You're sweet.
One of the other people that's in there kind of comes up to him with a couple like things of paper, and he scribbles his signature on like one or two of them and sends the guy off back into that little office area that you can see.
I am
Worth a roll.
voice through the window.
We need stones of far speech yesterday.
I admit to being curious. I have heard much about Mogu, and I want to know more in an interesting kind of way. Do you happen to remember any of the names of the people that you spoke to?
Gods. There was a woman. She had dark hair, tiefling.
Yeah, we already get that one.
That's Lydia, right?
Hmm?
No, Fiona.
Or not Lydia, that's
Fiona.
that
At
he's
this point,
describing,
Safine's
right?
bored, so she's just gonna like find a window and press her face up against it.
And you find this window, and like the guy that's like going back into the office kind of like jumps when he sees you, and he like closes the curtains, and then he like goes into the office.
She just puts both hands up like.
Let me see. No, she came through in passing. Let me see. There was. I heard Ander speaking about him a bit. Do you know Ander?
I do, I am familiar with him.
Yeah, he made some mention of it, but I told him he was being absolutely ridiculous and had cotton for brains, and I sent him on his way.
You just hear a voice from
Amusing.
far away go, "You're not wrong."
Can someone check out back?
Shit.
Just smoking.
and the guy that is out there, like, who has stubbed out his tobacco cigarette, for lack of a better word. I don't know what they're called when they're just paper with tobacco stuffed inside it.
There goes.
No, that's weed.
That's a weed cigarette.
There's smoke.
He stubs out his smoke, and he just opens the door as he goes back into this guy hollering, and he's like, "No, it's just some women out back. Not sure what they want. They just stood there." And then he just like shuts and locks the door.
Well, this is not the most covert thing we've ever done, but like, we haven't gotten stabbed yet, so
Cover the entrances.
hell yeah, slice the pie.
And so the guy like grabs his coat and stuff, and he's like, "All right, I'm off then," and he just leaves. And he's like, "Yep, off you go." And he's like, "Well, if there's nothing else that I can do for you."
You don't remember anyone else? I have already spoken to both of those people.
You have.
Yes, in passing. It is a common trend, and I am just trying to follow it to the best of my ability.
Well,
I'm curious.
Wish you luck with it. Like I said, I really haven't shown much interest, so maybe that's why I haven't heard too much.
That makes sense. Thank you for
Did we
your time.
catch
I
his
appreciate
name?
it. What is your name?
Liam.
Okay.
O'Brien. Edit that out.
They can't know that we like them. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate your time.
And you, it was lovely to meet you. Both of you. And he like nods at Tamsin.
Tamsin, who has
just
not
gives a
said a
little
thing.
Tamsin, who's just been standing there.
Tamsin's been like looking around, unhappy that the counters are too tall. Just like this place.
Not very accessible.
These hooligans.
Okay, so that did nothing.
Well,
I keep
we've
going
learned
around to
nothing.
windows to find that same guy who closed curtains on me just for fun.
yeah.
I'm just
We're gonna get arrested.
Alright, so you go around, and as you continue to like go around to the windows, like the guy comes out of the office, and he's like tugging on like his cloak and stuff for the evening, and he like jumps again, and he's like, "Sir, why are they looking in the windows?"
And then I go, "I'm window shopping."
And Liam's standing there, and he kind of like snorts a laugh, and he's like, You're being a bit suspicious. We have money in here.
Ooh, that's fair. And then she just kind of walks away.
And he's like, good night. All right,
That's
just
the most
make sure.
successful interaction
Can
we've
you
ever had.
can you just make sure, Meekum, just make sure that they're not like
What was
double
his
lock
name?
the door. Would you have heard it? He's just kind of like muttering to the guy inside.
I don't know. I heard Meekum.
Like
If
the
we
raccoon
continue.
in Pocahontas.
Miko?
All right, so he goes ahead and he just bids you all farewell. And as you step outside, he locks the door behind you, and they close the curtains up.
Is it sundown?
It's getting close to it, yeah.
It's high
Let's go get in
noon.
a bar fight.
Yeah.
All right,
We're not
so
gonna fight anything else.
Do we want? Okay, hold on. Are we going to lists so I can fight some more, or are we going to do the bounty board thing?
Well, it's kind of dark for a bounty board, right?
We should have the bounty board in the morning.
It's true.
Yep.
Bar fight. Hell yeah, let's go.
Barf fight.
Bar fight.
okay.
Do you have notes on who Josa was?
Who? Who?
Josa? I think that's...
No,
And what is your contact? What is your contact?
I don't know, I just have the name down, so I was like, who is this?
Joseph followed by 6 question marks.
I know, that's why I was like, wait a second.
You're
You
like,
see?
Zim, do not use a time
Is that
machine.
just, like, the
Look,
weird
Zim.
name?
Wasn't that the one in the Merchants Guild? Wasn't that the one that gave us information
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Merchants Guild?
Mhm.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, so
oh,
where,
right.
It's like
Where
literally
are y'all-
right in the Merchants
Damn,
Guild.
Kins was out of that for half of it, and she still has better news than we do.
All right, so where are y'all heading?
She the realist. What was the bar that we went to last
Wherever we
time?
can fight people.
Bees knees?
The dewdrop?
Or the dewdrop in? That's
Yeah.
what
I'm about to do
You're
drop
gonna
your
go
ass.
Damn it! Alright, as we walk through the front door of the dewdrop, I'm about to drop your ass!
And you hear someone go, "Ah, come on!"
I get booed.
Boo, go home!
All right, so you guys go ahead and head in, and sign up sheet is going around for the evening's fights.
I sign up.
And you like, they barely even pause. They just like turn the sheet to hold it up to you as they
Good.
go by. And you see a couple of the familiar faces. You see Nala there. You see.
The lion.
Did I call him Brio? I don't remember what I
Are any of the people from my list on the list?
Oh no.
I didn't tell you what I have.
Okay.
Can you pass that, babe? I haven't told Remember that I have that list. I'm just like, I'm looking for these people.
She was there when you asked for it, so she knows that there is a list.
Correct. But
she also told you not to tell her.
right, so I'm not telling you what they are. I'm just like, are these folks here? Question.
Okay.
I genuinely don't remember why I want to talk to them. I just remember
Mm-hmm.
that they're from Believe and
They
from-
signed the book that was in the bookkeeper's shop that was talking about their passage through the mountain.
Yeah, and then becoming new. Like, basically not having symbols anymore. So I'm like, trying to find these hookums. Hookums?
So you see Wendy sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
You
Cat
see, and she kind of like glares at you a little bit as you pass by, but she
Remember
like,
waves enthusiastically.
and she just like fixes her dress a little bit.
I have that
where-
effect now.
Where did it go? Did I not write down all the items?
She won't make eye contact with me and is like doing a menial task. Nice.
Sorry, it's just where did I put it?
I'm just gonna write next to, I'm gonna write down our interaction from next to either bus or mogul.
Good.
Or no mogul.
So you do see Harry there again.
Hey!
You see Sally. You see the gentleman with no eye. Like, it's clear like a lot of these people are regulars. And you also, in the corner, you see a blonde elvish man sitting with a human woman with a really tight brunette braid. And you also see a tiefling woman sitting with them with like thick brown hair and these horns that, remarkably, she's not like red or purple. She's just this like almost peachy tones to her skin, that kind of go back with her horns, and her horns actually turn into a darker peachy shade, almost like her skin color had like faded into her horns. And remarkably, there is a very short tail lashing about her legs, which is a half-blood.
Can I do a perception check on him?
Yeah.
9. What the heck?
You said I don't see any of these names?
No, I said that you saw. You might not know their names. Like, I didn't say which names were there. I just gave you descriptions.
Oh, okay.
But are any of the names on the list?
Did you take a peek at the list?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay,
thinking,
no,
too.
you didn't see any that you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dang, I just missed a bunch of those descriptions because I was reading previous notes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Do you want me to? I currently have in my head the descriptions of the people that you didn't see before, if you'd like them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a blonde elf man sitting with a brunette tiefling woman and a brunette human woman.
Okay.
Okay, so what are y'all doing?
Fighting.
I'm gonna sign up too.
Woo! Alright,
Getting
so
a very good
let's see,
glass
so
of wine.
Alright, so you go ahead and
The
get
house
yourself
run.
a glass of wine. You guys go ahead and sign up for the fights.
I'm gonna get eaten up.
You rolled better than I did last
I'm
time.
sitting with Engrod.
Okay.
You're just sitting back and like taking the evening at this point. Like,
Okay.
Yeehaw.
Watching the different people in the
Can I actually go to my suspects though?
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
introduce myself?
Yeah.
And from the bottom of my heart.
You need to tell me who you're going up to.
I'm going to go up to
Every time I come to this
the
bar, we gotta
elvish
interview people.
man
Okay.
and just introduce myself. Hi, come here often.
Are you rolling like charisma check with this, or are you just
I'll
straight
just
up?
be dumb. I can just be dumb. That was really stupid, actually. Okay. I don't really fight here much. Do you have any tips?
don't fight the big one.
Isn't it a random?
Remember's in the background, like yelling over the bar.
Yeah, don't fight the big one. If you get paired with her, fight somebody else.
Is that a possibility?
You beg.
And then he's like, his companions kind of burst out laughing.
Kind words. What's your name?
Silas, and you are
Mel.
Mel.
Yes.
Is he a bald elf man who is possibly also a dog?
That's what my name's really long, so people just shorten it to
I'm-
Mel.
Well, why introduce me with a fake name? Just give me a real one.
Because it's so
This is
long.
I don't mind hearing long names. I don't know. It's fine. It's lovely to meet you, Mel. If you get the big one, fight somebody else.
Well, let's hope my begging abilities are up to par for.
And go for it. And the tiefling woman like crosses her legs and she goes, "Oh, do you like to beg then?"
Only when I'm under contract.
Really?
Standing essential
What did you
kids.
say her name was? Mel. And Silas leans over and he's like, "Mercy, you've got to stop doing this to people."
So wait, you're telling me that when your kinds beg, they're begging for mercy?
Sweetheart, everyone begs for mercy.
Oh my god!
I need a business card.
And then she literally just fishes one out of her coat and hands it over.
We've got cigarettes and business card. Is this Mad Men now?
Yes, it is. We have to walk a lot in hallways now. It's gonna become whatever that show is.
a thing.
It's very nice to meet you all. I'm thinking about which person I'm trying to find there.
Everyone.
Is the blonde
Mercy.
person?
Oh, God.
No, wait, lies. Brunette, human, woman. Is she next to us somehow?
Yeah, she's sitting with the
She's
group.
in that group. So it's, I forgot what his name is already.
Silas.
Silas and Mercy. And what is your name?
I'm Daisy.
Did I meet you previously?
I don't think so. It's lovely to meet you, though.
Kind to meet you as well. People in my country are also named after flowers, so it's quite charming.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
Tartarus.
Oh, God, it's cold up there.
It's frigid, and it's amazing that we name our people after flowers, which hardly grow there, but what can we say?
All right. Well, good luck. Hope you don't get the big one.
You know, people keep saying that.
Well, she hits like a house, so...
Like, are they referencing... Remember, are they
They're probably
referencing...
talking about Mo.
They
whatever
know
her name- I don't
they know
remember.
Nala.
Oh, that's what her name is? Why did I think it was like Moon something?
It's Nala Moonsnatcher.
Oh, okay. Great. Good talk.
You got the moon
I'm
part.
gonna snatch your ass up. Alright. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you all for that lovely yet similar advice.
Wow. never gonna get over that.
Snatcher.
It's
Replace
really not.
that with a 3-letter word.
Okay. What is Temzin doing in all this?
So he's been sitting at the table with Ingra trying to decide if he wants to get involved with all this ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm.
This is healthy sport.
This is an interesting pastime. I'm
Healthy
going
sport.
to say.
It
Sports.
is, it's interesting. Parts of me is considering joining the fun, but
Avoid the big one.
the other part of me thinks it would be improper use of my training.
You know, training has to have practical, real world experience every
This
now
is
and
true.
then. And the more fighting styles you come up against, the better prepared you are to face the future. I am simply aware that in these kinds of fights, they do not accept natural talents. And they insist on fisticuffs, and I am not good at that. So I will sit
Can't
back.
use her magic wand.
I will make very much some money betting on my friends, and that will be it. But you have talent in this area. You should try.
I suppose I am good with my hands.
Remember came back to the table as you were giving that speech with Ale, and she starts laughing, and she's like, Angara, I have natural talent. Natural and talent.
Lift up arms.
For those of you listening,
This is charming, and remember.
You're Angara, that must be good wine.
It is quite enjoyable. Not quite black.
Good.
You should talk to Mercy.
Mercy. You met someone called Mercy.
Who is Mercy?
She's fascinating. Here's her card.
And
It
it
has
is, and this is a black stiff paper card with
Ooh.
literally just the name Mercy written in gold and room 2 do drop in.
Ooh, scary.
That's
As in,
it. That's
do
all it
drop
says.
into her room.
That nerve. I might have to
Sounds like my type of business card.
I just gesture. I gesture the card and then handing it off to her. And,
And then you see this tiefling woman sitting there, and she has like a dark blue waistcoat on that kind of falls down and ruffles, and these black lace-up pants, and she lifts her fingers and just.
what color is she?
She's just a peachy cream color,
Oh, okay. She's the
and
one with the hair that.
yeah,
went
the horns kind of it spirals back into a darker typical
Sure.
tiefling color,
Yeah.
but it's a very slow transition into it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
And Grad winks and adjusts her skirts a little bit. And, cream.
And then you see her lean over and whisper to the elf that's with her, and he just goes like this.
And Sophie just gives a thumbs up.
Timson's gonna go look at the list of everybody signed up to fight.
Okay. Currently the list is Harry, Nala, Sophie, Mercy, Remember, someone named Tam, and someone named Ephro.
Ephro.
Mm-hmm.
Do we recognize that name?
Yes, I do. Hold on.
What kind of fighting name is Tam?
We need to
Merciful Knight.
transcribe your notes so we
Tam.
can search them.
Ephro is a merciful knight, I think.
I should start
I don't know what
keeping
that
them online,
means,
but I
but-
like writing it
We
down.
need to make
Well, no, we'll
Hillary.
just add it to the thing.
We need to make Hillary our little. What is that when they have them in court? The people that write down every interaction.
You want to make her your Marjorie?
Yeah. Oh, Marjorie, a dictation.
Oh wait, Merciful Night. That's one of the inns. Yeah.
Somebody's
Ephros.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's person. Oh,
Like he's
I'd like to
with
think I'm
somebody.
someone's person too.
Well, I think we met him at the Merciful Inn because that's what I have noted.
Ooh, Daniel has notes now.
I'm looking for. All of my proper names are in pink, so I'm looking.
I'm waiting for
His
Sarah
name.
to like dramatically reveal a guest star one day, like they do in Critical Role.
We're like, where have you been hiding? In the laundry room? Oh goodness.
That would be awesome. And would be excited about that.
Ephro. Go to the Merciful Knight and
Yeah.
speak to Ephro about where to get enchanted items. He's the one who sent us to Gaspermont.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to feel about that. Ooh, I hope I fight him.
Okay.
So, how many people do they need to actually start the fights?
They need one more.
Wow, I wonder what
How
you should do.
fortuitous. Come on.
Alright, Thames is
punch
gonna-
people. Oh wait, don't punch me though.
I'm just gonna put his name on there.
Alright, so you go ahead and you scribble your name on there, and as you do, the elf gentleman that you did meet at the Merciful Night kind of plucks it out of your hands, and he goes, "Brilliant!" And he goes, "Oh, brother!" And he marches over and hands it to Reo, who's
Of course.
Of
Ooh.
fucking course.
quite happily standing there to start the fight.
I
Nepotism?
love these elf boys.
Oh goodness.
No, wait. Okay, I don't know who these people are in the game because I just know them by their real names. Adrian is whatever you just said,
Adrian.
There's
but his name is something with a B.
Reo.
Breo.
Yep.
I just make Breo. 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 Hey, Breo.
I will
Does anybody
super.
need anything while I'm looking?
What's up,
Alright.
please? What's up?
So let's see who is fighting who's of the human woman and elf.
Silas is the elf.
Does this give you like Fight Club PTSD
Who was the
flashbacks?
woman?
When we're like, we want to go fight people, you're like, oh god,
Daisy was
A little
the
bit.
woman,
time to make a bracket.
And then
A little
Mercy
bit.
was the tiefling.
I got
Yes.
that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. We all got her name.
Hmm.
Mercy. She makes quite the impression.
I feel like the rest of this campaign is just going to be walking up to randos and being like, are you cool? Or like,
Or not.
Is it cool if I open the
In life, you either
apple cranberry?
kill or be killed. What you gonna do?
my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know anybody.
I don't know nobody. A fan.
Okay.
So good.
This is double wrapped.
Ooh, that's how you know it's
She's
fancy.
life on scene.
Okay. First up, we have Nala and Safine.
Oh no! Mercy!
Yes.
All right.
Makes dead eye contact with Mercy. Mercy!
And she goes, "You rang.
Ah!
You could always beg, darling."
I will try my best and we'll see what kind of aftercare I
God.
need.
And she just
Wow.
hacks up laughing.
Wow, wow.
All right,
Follow
so-
more relatable BDSM jokes.
Our Venn diagram for our our target audience.
All right, so
2019.
all right, so Nala steps into the circle of the same tables and chairs and everything that everyone set up before, and she cracks her knuckles as she looks you over and she's like, "Oh, shite, I don't want to hurt ya."
Maybe just don't kill me. That's okay. That's the baseline.
Well, I mean, if it's just not killing, then I can do not killing. I'm good at that. But
yeah.
shite, you're gonna get. All right.
Let's fucking go.
Remember
Alright.
losing her mind on the side.
Sophia's
Do you-
smiling because she
and-
hasn't done drugs in like 3 days.
All right. So, do you remember how it is?
I just D20 to D23 rounds.
Yep.
First to 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This is no modifiers, right?
No modifiers.
Girl's not even betting on this one. She's just like,
17.
Oh.
So Nala literally looks like she wants to hold back, and then you just see her fist
Pop.
come straight at your face, and just pow. right in the middle of your face.
Just like roll backwards a little bit. You know, I can respect this. I can respect this heartily.
Come on, get back up. You got like at least one more in you.
Her nose is like draining blood. Yep, it's happening. She's just like wiping her white sleeves all, like the blood all over him.
Okay.
Sophine, that is so badass!
Angrad's like wincing and like trying to cast prestidigitation for Misty.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Very well.
19.
I'm super donezo.
Yeah, she literally, like, you start to come forward and she just picks up her foot and just
Oh, and
kicks
the
you
chest.
right
Go for it.
in the chest. She's very tall. She doesn't have to, like, reach up or anything. She just kicks out.
Nice.
It was good hustle. Good hustle. Walk it off, champ.
Alright, and so, Sophine, you get 3 gold for participating.
Yay! I don't go to any other rounds after that, right? I'm
No,
done.
you're done. You're done, though.
Bye, world.
Remember, is a middle school wrestling coach.
I'm just going to give 1 gold to Mercy so I can just lay my head in her lap.
and she's
tell
like,
me.
"Oh, that's so sweet. Look it, I've got a pet." And she just starts like stroking your hair.
Make me feel
And then,
better.
and actually, who is she paired with? Let's see. The
Oh,
next
she's
one
fighting?
is Tamsin. Tamsin, you are paired with Ephro. So
Oh.
this very limmy elf gentleman dances into the middle, and he kind of stretches a bit, and he sees who's cheering for, and he's like, "Oh, did you all manage to find what you were looking for?"
Yes.
Sure.
Great.
I got a very nice cloak out of it that
6.
I love hated.
Oh, what are we doing? I
20.
don't-
You roll a d20,
Okay.
and it's just
Can I use
d20 to
key points?
d20. No,
Oh, no modifier?
no modifiers.
This is just
What?
fisticuffs.
This is just
But that's what I
fisticuffs.
use.
Nope.
Fisticuffs.
This
Oh
is.
my, I would not have done this then.
Goodbye, Moon Man.
8.
You beat me.
Oh,
That's one
gosh
for
dang
you.
it. How come I couldn't do this?
All right. So how do you, like, what is it that you've done to hit Ephro?
I'm assuming he probably came in first, misjudging my size.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of just dodge and throw like a quick jab to his kidney.
Nice. All right.
Simple.
You got beat up by Caillou.
14.
Dang it, 12.
No.
All right. So he quickly realizes his folly, and he just swing kicks right into your head.
Ooh.
Let's see. 15.
4.
Ooh.
He gets around and he very quickly comes and just right to the side of your head this time.
Oh,
As you're like
God.
moving around, he just bah!
If this is any indication of how this campaign is going.
Yeah, right.
We're not very good at the rolling.
Nope.
You get 2 gold for participating.
Yay!
I made more than you.
All right, let's see. Next one is Harry. Actually, Harry ambles into the ring and he starts like praying, and then
Sweet
you
boy.
hear Rio go, "And remember!" And Harry's face just pales, and he's like, "All right."
Sweet boy.
He's like,
sweet boy.
"I remember."
Hello, Harry. It's going to be just like the forest. You and me, one-on-one. You've done this before. You can do it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the fight.
Aw. How obvious is it that you? We'll
okay.
roll to see how obvious it is then.
I want to make a case for this because
Okay.
I will roll and
Okay.
I'll do that, but I want to make a case for this. So remember, has had trainees and she's had people serve under her before.
Okay.
So like, you know how adult lions will lose fights to baby lions?
Yeah.
It's like the same concept. It's like a pretty well-known thing. It's like a training technique that they have.
Okay.
And like, it's not like she's completely unaware of how to make this look convincing.
Mm-hmm.
It may look clumsier because she's fucking huge, so it's not as convincing if somebody like punches her really weakly and then she's like, "Oh my god, ow!" So I will still do the rolling.
Yeah,
but I feel like
we're gonna see how many would actually land and how many like you had to
Fake.
throw.
Okay.
Like how many you had to fake.
okay.
Right. I got a 10.
I got a 15.
Alright, so she she kind of clumsily like throws that first one, and what would have like gone around her, she looks almost like she dodged into it, and he almost looks startled when his fist connects, and he's like, "Yeah, okay," and he gets like a little bit more excited.
Sweet boy, I love him so
Alright.
much.
Next one, 14.
19.
The next one is also
If
like,
I'm rolling high, this should be going my way, right?
if
That's
you're
how this works.
no, you're rolling
No.
higher than what his actual hit would be. So
Stop.
it's just the difference. But yeah, no,
Okay.
you dodge again into his hit, and this time it's 2 out of 3, and so they call Harry the victor, and they give him his winnings, and he's like, I didn't get hit, and he's like, yeah.
And she's just like clapping him on the back. You did really well, Harry.
He's
Poor
like,
dude, he's gonna
"Thanks."
be overconfident and get into another fight with a bigger
He
opponent
goes-
and get smashed.
and he goes and takes his winnings, and he buys drinks for his table.
Good. I love my sweet
Okay.
son.
Let's see here.
So remember,
And then-
remember doesn't fight again.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
remember doesn't fight again.
Yeah, and then Mercy goes ahead and like lifts Safine up from her lap, and she's like, I just have to do one little thing, and she goes out into the middle of this ring of tables and everything,
Figure sits up.
and she shrugs off her jacket and like folds it up
more.
and she like folds it up very neatly, and she's just got like a loose blouse underneath. And you see Tam is a dwarven man who looks like he's a sturdy fellow. And let's see. Mercy gets the first hit.
So what does this dwarf man look like?
He's got just gray braids running all the way back. And he just looks probably like late 50s-ish.
Okay.
Mercy actually gets this guy out in the first 2 hits. She's
Hey-o.
very quick, and she seems to have almost the movement of someone who is used to the earth pitching beneath them. She's very quick on her feet, she's in and then she's done, and then she is back at her table with her winnings, buys her little trio a drink, and then she looks down. And did you want anything?
No thanks.
And she's like, very well.
Remember has like a fan, or not remember, Angrad has
Damn,
like,
who are you?
We haven't played in a long time.
It's been a month.
Angrad has like a fan out that's got lace all over it and is like very decorative, and it's just gently fanning herself,
Coquettishly.
looking in that
A
direction.
debutante.
And when they come by with the drinks, someone actually brings you a drink as well.
Shimmies more.
I'm gonna just like pick it up, raise it, and then like.
Sophia's just gonna lay there with her head down. You ever consider? Are you help? Are you human? Are you? Oh, you're a complete elf.
Full up here.
You ever consider an elf wizard? Are you a wizard? Wizard?
Consider what exactly?
I don't know. I got this friend, right? Hypothetically.
Is it-
Hypodermically speaking.
Is it that one over there with the fan who's being very obvious?
Yeah, she's not very casual. You know how the gourds are. They're just,
The gourds.
Wow.
Oh, she's from Adgord.
yeah, they're fancy, you know?
Oh, I do.
Biblically.
What?
She's just quite content with you just sitting there having
Yeah,
met
it's
her
worth a shot.
literally like minutes ago. And she keeps like, but Mercy is definitely not like focused in on any one person. Literally any person that glances her way, she just
Hello.
Yep. Okay. So, and the remaining fighters who kind of move on, this time they go ahead and go through their fights. Let's see who would be the winner.
The wiener.
Papers. Sit down. Just be chill, please.
Just be calling her one instead of flying on the handle.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy.
And Ephro
Oh, yeah,
wins.
thank you.
Emerald wins.
Yep, Ephro actually managed manages to get through.
That
Nala
was-
Nala
Should've been
is
me.
taken out with her second fight,
Whoa.
as is Tam, or as is Mercy. Sorry.
Oh no, Mercy,
But,
your beautiful
yeah.
face.
Ephra wins the fights and wins the pot, and he goes ahead and he actually buys the whole bar another drink.
Yeah.
Corteza.
Good man.
This is like Angerod's fourth at this point.
You a little drunk.
She's a little lit.
Okay. So,
I just like mouth to you, shimmy.
so
for your life.
You
now
gotta
let's
understand. Okay, Angerod will not pursue anyone
I know.
ever. Like they've got to come to her. She can be enticing all she wants, but
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying shimmy in your corner.
She's fanning.
I got more info to glean from folks.
that's fine.
I've got recan to do.
Recan. You gonna do that recan?
So tables have been placed again around. That's supposed to be a table. And you've got some stairs that are going up over here with counters there. So currently you've got Remember, where would Remember be?
At the table with everybody else, or with Angron.
Alright, and Angerod Witch. So
Making a really big deal out of like the spot where Harry hit her, like, oh wow, this hurts so bad.
Alright, so you've got Safine at this table here with
I'm in physical pain.
Mercy and do you guys mind if I use your extra
Do it.
people? Alright, so there's those three. Where's Temsin?
At our table.
Alright, which table do you want to be
Across the
your
bar.
table?
That's dramatic.
Alright. So you guys have a table over here. Alright, and then you've got just people scattered around in the middle here, but you've got Porset and Reo at the bar, taking care of orders and such. It's okay. Yeah, so now it would actually be Temsin, Angerod, and Remember, who over here, the farmers, what looks like farmers sitting next to you, they've got their work clothes on, they look like they've had a long day, and they are having some problems with some local animals that seem to be harassing and occasionally killing their livestock. And they can't seem to figure it out, but it's to the point where they're upsetting refuse piles and they're just making these really disturbing noises at night. And some people are saying that it's wolves, some are even saying that it's pixies. Like, they're arguing right now about what could possibly be causing this. And like, one of them is even just saying, raccoons are annoying and it's the raccoons. And they're like, it's not raccoons. And like, they're causing a bit of a commotion at that table that's just
I'm at?
beside the door.
Oh.
No. Right here.
Remember's going to walk over as non-threateningly as it is possible for Remember to enter a conversation. You're having trouble with your livestock?
Temsin goes with her.
Yeah, we're having a bit of trouble. Nothing too much. Probably just wolves.
It sounds like good news to me. My friend here and I were particularly good at taking care of wolves that are troublesome.
Oh, yeah.
Beasts in general. We've had quite a bit of experience with beasts here in town.
Well, I mean, I saw something that was probably a wolf. It was sniffing around my chicken coop, and I threw a couple rocks at it and it ran off, but that's about it that I've seen, and I keep having them disappear, and it's starting to affect my numbers.
Any idea where they're coming from? Woods? a
Probably
particular
the
path?
woods. I haven't seen anything off the main road, haven't seen anything obvious, but it's been frustrating.
How long has this been going on?
And the other one, he He shakes his head and he's like, it's been going on a couple months now, getting worse and worse.
Fascinating. Listen, anybody else, any things that are left behind, any weird markings, things that don't fit animals?
Not that I know of. We had betrayers out that were coming out, but they didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Figured putting out traps or something might work.
Is it just you that's experiencing the issue?
No, we've had a couple other farms out in the outer lying areas, a couple miles outside of town.
And they're experiencing the same thing?
That's what everyone's saying. Upset livestock, missing livestock, broken shit around their farms. It really, it's becoming a bit of a problem, but like I said, we're gonna put out traps. Figure that might do something.
Do they seem at all interested in your, like, vegetables or other crops?
Well, sad as it is, we've had one gentleman down, was it south? And the guy nods, he's like, it was south. One of the farms south say that they lost a daughter to them, but she might have been out playing by the stream. You really can't tell. She just up and disappeared.
Wow.
We gotta go find them kids. Which gate are the farms out of? Like, if I was going to leave from the city and investigate, which gate?
Probably.
You said the south, correct?
That's where she disappeared out of, but it's been south and east.
South and east.
I haven't had much trouble with the farms up north yet, but it's probably only a matter of time.
And are you experiencing the issue at night mainly? Like you wake up in the morning and you can tell they were there, or?
Yep, and we're not finding any prints saying that it's anyone stealing our things, but never quite can tell. Tried looking around town, but we haven't seen anything of note.
Interesting.